So Dana White has said that UFC 322 tomorrow will have a $13 million gate, making it the 9th largest in UFC history. So here are the top 10 largest gates. At 10, it's UFC 295 with 12.4 million. Originally, this was supposed to be John Jones versus Stipe Miocic. Obviously, John got hurt, so it became Prochazka versus Pereira for the light heavyweight title. At 9, it's the one coming up, UFC 322, with 2 huge title fights. JDM versus Islam for the welterweight title, and Shevchenko versus Weili for the flyweight title. At 8, it's UFC 299 at 14.1 million, headlined by Sean O'Malley versus Chito Vera 2. And this is the only top 10 gate that didn't happen in either New York or Las Vegas. At 7, it's UFC 264 at 15.8 million, headlined by Dustin Poirier versus Conor McGregor 3. At 6, it's UFC 303 at 15.9 million. Originally, this was the Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler card, but Pereira stepped in once again and took on Yuri Prochazka. At 5, it's UFC 300, also headlined by Alex Pereira, his 3rd top 10 gate, and this generated 16.5 million. At 4, it's UFC 309 at 16.7 million, and this was headlined by John Jones versus Stipe Miocic in Madison Square Garden. At 3, it's the biggest fight in UFC history, UFC 229, headlined by Khabib versus Conor McGregor, and this is at 17.2 million. At 2, it's UFC 205 at 17.7 million, and headlined by Eddie Alvarez versus Conor McGregor, and both Conor and Alex Pereira are tied for the most top 10 gates at 3. And the biggest gate in UFC history is Noche UFC at $21.8 million, headlined by Sean O'Malley versus Merab Dvalishvili. And obviously a big reason it was the biggest gate was because of the Sphere, but this is O'Malley's 2nd fight in the top 10 gates.